Good afternoon. It's still February the 5th, 2024. However, it is 2:40 p.m. and I believe this is my fourth or fifth video for today. This titled Deviation. How quickly we deviate from instructions given to us either by the Lord Himself or a man or woman of God. Prime example, been having a Bible study in my home since November of 2023. Lord led, I came straight from the Lord. He said He was here. He wanted Bible study. I was having Bible study with one other person anyway on Saturdays. He wanted me to incorporate some of the people, so I just started putting out links, and it's been going steady now since November. And in the month of December, the Lord had me challenge everyone to abstain from television for 7 days. No TV for 7 days. Okay? See what happened those 7 days. Did you connect a little bit more with the Lord? Did you get more in His Word? Did your relationship get a little stronger? No. So the next Saturday came, and I asked people who sustained. Out of 8 of us, only one person abstained from television for 7 days. One person gave an excuse of, oh, well, yeah, I was watching Star Trek. Another person gave an excuse, I didn't watch TV during the day. So then I asked, so did you watch it at night? Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Grown adults who've been in the Lord for quite some time. Another person asked me, she asked, during the 7-day course of no time, can I watch Bible DVD on the television? And before I started to answer her, the Holy Spirit checked me and had me ask her what she thought. So I did. I said, so what do you think? She said, oh, it's okay with me. I said, well, do whatever you feel to do, right? So then she calls me into the room. Well, and this is what it looks like. I wanted to show me. But I'm like, I don't need to know what I know what a disc look like. I mean, I've got some myself, And I happened to mention in passing, I said, that's what got Saul in trouble, not fully obeying the instruction of the Lord. But I went on by my way, finished the week. Then another person said, well, I didn't watch, I had the TV on, but I didn't watch it. I had it on for somebody I was watching. So she was babysitting a child, and she had the TV on for the child. And so the other person was hit and miss. And one other person did not come to Bible study that day. But only one person out of all of us abstained from television, even to the point that, and it happened to be me, not because I'm anything great, but I know the call of an instruction, important of an instruction. The Lord is testing us in this hour. Even to the point the Lord had me not to even play my games on my phone. Because I was like, okay, well, it ain't TV. He was like, is that what we're doing? See, for some of us, more is required from us because of where He needs to take us. So I said, bet. No game. And some of these games I paid for, so that was a whole week loss of money, but it was for a good cause. So as I'm thinking on today, that was December 23. It is amazing how we deviate from the specific instructions given. See, King Saul deviated from the instruction given to him by Samuel, which told him to destroy all the Amalekites and the king, King Agag, kill every man, woman, boy, girl, the child that sucks at the breast, and animals. Destroy them all utterly. But he saved the best animals and the best this and kept the king alive. That was a deviation from the instruction given to him from the prophet, the man of God. And his excuses was the people. Then this other excuse was, well, I was going to save the best cattle and this for the sacrifice. Let me get my Bible so I can read it. It's 1 Samuel chapter 15. Because we think we okay because it's a Bible verse or a Bible CD. But if the Lord says not to do something, that's exactly what he means. Not with your mixed, deviated self. We're always trying to put ourselves into something. Why can't we just obey? What's so hard about obedience? 1 Samuel 15. I'm reading King James here. I'm going to start at the first verse. Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over the people, over Israel. I want you to see, I'm reading this Bible. My room's a mess. Prayer room's a mess. Therefore, hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Now, we get mixed up when a person is talking. We just assume that it's them. No, this was the word of the Lord spoken through the mouth of his servant, the prophet Samuel. We get mad at people for speaking words when it's the Lord who's speaking through them. So when you actually coming against the person, you're coming against the Lord. This saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wastes for him in the way when he came from Egypt. Now go and smite Abimelech and utterly. Verse 3. Destroy all they that have a snare. I'm sorry. Let me read that again. And go and smite Abimelech and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. So that's their livestock. That was their livelihood, their month, their means of prosperity and commerce and bartering and things like that in that time, trading and things of that in that time. He said, spare nobody. And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Tilmah, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid waste in the valley. And Saul said unto the Canaanites, go, depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For ye showed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Amalekites departed. they were smart. They was like, we up out of here. We ain't trying to get down. So the Amalekites departed from among the Amalekites. So the Canaanites, departed from among the Amalekites. That was verse 6. Verse 7. And Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah unto thou comest to Shear. That is over against Egypt. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive. That was his first deviation. And utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. But Saul and the people spared Agag. Now, who's the leader here? The people or Saul? Who was given the instructions? The people or Saul? And the best of the sheep, and of the oxen, and of the fatling, and of the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them. Let me read that to you again. Verse 9, but Saul and the people spared Agag, and the best of the sheep, and of the oxen, and of the fatling, and of the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refused, that they destroyed utterly. Then came the word of the Lord to Samuel. See, God tells on us, but we get mad at the person that he used to tell on. Really? As if we weren't minding our business. Staying in our own lane. We got our own stuff to do. Then came the word of the Lord to Samuel, saying, 11. It repenteth me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he is turned back from following me, and have not performed my commandments. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord all night. No, we just saving the best, because it's worth something, right? Maybe the Lord didn't really mean what he said. If he saw what we saw, right? If he saw the lambs and the oxen and the fatlings and all the good stuff, maybe the Lord didn't know. Ain't that how we do, though? Maybe the Lord didn't really mean not to go that way. Or maybe the Lord really didn't mean not to go to his house. Or maybe the Lord didn't really mean to don't call her. Or maybe the Lord made me don't buy that one more thing. Child. And when Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place, and is gone about, and passes on, and gone down to Gilgad. And Samuel said unto Saul, and Saul said unto him, Blessed be thou, O the Lord. I have performed the commandments of the Lord. So bruh lying. Bruh straight lied to the prophet. Even though the Lord already told him, Saul did not obey his commandments. So the king lied to the prophet. And Samuel said, What meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in my ears, and the lowing of the oxen which I hear? Here's the second situation. And Saul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared them. So he just threw the people under the bus. Because verse 9 says, Saul and the people spared. So now we hear in verse 15, Saul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God. And the rest we have utterly destroyed. As if, listen, yeah, we did it, but we did the rest. Yeah, we utterly destroyed the rest of them, though. Yo, we did it. We did it. See the deviation? He lies. He blames the people. Takes no responsibility for the fact that he was the head. He was the leader. He was the king. He was given the commandment and the instruction. The people follow his lead. So if the head is disobedient, my God, what's the rest like? But if the head is obedient, what's the rest like? If you don't like what you're getting, check to see what you're giving. Verse 16. Then Samuel said unto Saul, Stay, and I will tell thee what the Lord hath said to me this night. And he said unto him, say on. Like, I'm ready. The Lord got some good things to say about me. And Samuel said, when thou wast little in thine own eyes, wast thou not made the head of the tribes of Israel? And the Lord anointed thee king over Israel. And the Lord sent thee on a journey and said, go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed. Wherefore then dost thou not obey the voice of the Lord, but didst fly upon the spoil? You took the spoil and didst evil in the sight of the Lord. And Saul said unto Samuel, yes, I have obeyed the Lord. Here's another lie. As if he just didn't hear what the man of God said. I have obeyed the voice of the Lord and have done the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. So why is the king still alive? How are you obeying if you kept the king alive when the instruction was spare no one? That included their king. See the deviation? But we get mad at the man or woman of God when they come with that sharp word of correction, because you deviated the instruction given you, because you wanted to do you. But it's a Bible desk. Or I didn't watch it at night. I mean, in the daytime. I was watching Star Trek. I had it on for somebody else, but I wasn't watching it. You know what's jacked up is that everything that everybody did during that week of sustaining could have been done any other time that month and had been done any other time that month. But the Lord only asked for 7 days. That boy could have watched a tablet or a computer. You could have used your phone or a tablet to listen to the audio Bible or read the hard copy. Star Trek ain't that deep. They're reruns. They wasn't gonna go nowhere. And so what? You waited till the night time to watch television. That's what you do all the time. But you wonder why you're powerless and your prayer is weak and you have no spiritual stamina and you're always wavering back and forth. You couldn't give 1 week to the Lord. But the people took of the spoil. Here we go, blaming the people again. Sheep and oxen, the chief of the things, which should have been utterly destroyed. Ooh, to sacrifice unto the Lord our God in Gilead. Really? We did it for the Lord. We spared the best for the Lord. Mm-hmm. And Samuel said, has the Lord as great delight in burnt offering and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? So if you had a choice for total obedience or rendering a sacrifice, what he's saying was, it's the obedience that the Lord will honor, not the stuff to sacrifice with. Because the obedience is actually a sacrifice. Oh, I'm getting riled up. Mm-hmm. And Samuel said, Has the Lord, I'm reading 22 again, has great delight in burnt offering and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken to the fat of rams. God honors and will always honor obedience. The Lord will always honor obedience. 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubborn is as idolatry. Is as iniquity and idolatry, because thou has rejected the word of the Lord. He hath also rejected thee from being king. So that's when he was rejected, replaced, and removed. Don't think you're never replaceable. You want to continue being disobedient and have your excuses, and the excuses the Lord told me were just cloaked, concealed lies. Because when you dig deep and you start asking a person, it's like, oh, well, the truth was I didn't want to do it, or I didn't want to go there. Well, if that was the truth, why didn't you just say that from the door? Why give something cloaked and concealed if that wasn't the truth? Then I had a person say to me today, well, does the Lord not only give words of encouragement? Is it always bad words or judgment words? Are you for real? And then what I said to the person was, I said, wow, the Lord has used me to give you words of encouragement. But think concerning me whatever you like. To God be the glory. I'm going to stop. I'm done with this conversation because now it's become unfruitful. People are always going to challenge you because they think it's you and not the God in you. And that's how you know when somebody doesn't know the voice of the Lord, because they can't tell the difference between you and the Lord. You should be able to know the Lord's voice regardless of who's speaking, whether he's speaking to you audibly through his logos, his rhema, or one of his vessels. It's ridiculous, the type of people that claim to be Christian and cannot stand to be told truth. All they want is fluff. Sure, they got to be doing something good. I guess that's what Saul thought. Well, wouldn't God give me points for the destruction I did do? Are you for real? We want points now for a little obedience? A little obedience and delayed obedience is all disobedience in the eyes of the Lord. If the Lord has words of encouragement, I give it. If the Lord has words of correction, I give it. And I give it how it's given to me. That's why there's a great sifting among people, and the Lord is sealing those that are actually his and those that have an ear to actually hear his sound. John 10 says, my sheep know and recognize my voice, and I actually call them by name, and they won't follow anyone else but me. Stop deviating. Stop doing things your way. Stop doing you. Has doing you gotten you anywhere but trouble? And yet you come against a man, a woman of God that is trying to sharpen you and fashion you into something usable. a vessel of honor, meet for the Lord's use, prepared unto every good work. But you fight and resist and then lie and say that you're not. But I'm the problem. Understood. Fine. Stop deviating. Obey completely. Stop using excuses and throwing others under the bus because of your lack of obedience and adherent to complete instruction. Because at the end of the day, the Lord knows the truth of it and has already told on you. I love you. To God be the glory.